What's going on, guys? Welcome to the third installment of the Jackal and Bro Show. We're hoping this time that the audio is a little bit better than the previous time. It's just been...
We checked it first.
Yeah, we checked it this time. It's just been kind of difficult figuring out how everything gets set up each time. So forgive us for last time. Hopefully this time's a little bit better and a little bit more structured. We got some feedback on how the sound and how the show is running. And so hopefully
Excuse my ADHD. I get off topic pretty easy.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to open up a little bit. We don't have any sponsors or anything. Obviously, we're too small. But just to throw my 2 cents in, because I've been drinking it a lot lately, is the Prime drink, sponsored by 2 of YouTube's biggest stars, Logan Paul and KSI.
The Logan Paul stuff?
Yeah, man. He's trying to fight everybody, and he came out with a fucking drink that actually slaps. So
who's he supposed to fight soon?
He's supposed to fight Conor McGregor soon. So
wait,
that's supposed to
boxing
happen.
Or UFC?
I think it's going to be straight hands because Logan's too scared to get into the octagon.
I want to step in the octagon with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, especially if you lose and you still come out a millionaire. That'd be fucking nice. But, I mean, it is what it is. I'm excited for it. But, yeah, dude, they come in 6 different flavors. They're all good. I will say the grape one, because Obrodo or whatever on TikTok made a great statement that grape drinks, they're either fucking bangers or they're ass.
That's true.
Because
you can mess up with grape flavors.
I don't understand what it is, but I will say I think it's a little bit more on the ass side than the banger side, but the rest of the flavors are fantastic in my opinion.
When people ask me grape flavored stuff, I always base it on Jolly Ranchers.
That's my go-to for literally every flavor of things.
If it don't taste like this specific Jolly Rancher, do I trust it?
It's a fucking travesty that there's no orange Jolly Rancher.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, that's fucking the worst fucking possible thing. They got lollipops and shit that are fucking orange, but no Jolly Rancher.
You know, would you consider those root beer candies that we used to get at the arcade a Jolly Rancher? I mean, by Jolly Rancher, but
a hard candy, yeah.
I was thinking about that. I can't think of hard candy.
A lemon head, the fucking Jolly Rancher.
No, because you can bite into those and they're soft.
I guess that's true. They're kind of more like a gobstopper.
You ever try to bite in a gobstopper?
No, but they dissolve slowly and they turn into a sweet tart sort of thing.
You try to bite a gobstopper, you're going to
We know our candy.
You're going to the dentist. Shit.
I need to fucking go to the dentist, bro.
You ever been scared of the dentist?
I've been horrified, but I want to talk about.
I ain't got nobody to sponsor either. I'd sponsor either Black Rifle Coffee or the Hodge Twins and stuff. Shit.
How was their show, by the way? I think you told me a little bit about it, but
their show?
Yeah, the Hodgson show.
Damn, I just watched a segment. I don't know what they did it over today or last
No, not this week. I just mean you went to their actual show.
Oh, their show. It was funny. So the guy that does the computer crap for their stuff, he's actually a comedian. I can't think of his last name. His first name's Chris. But he's their opener as well, and their merch seller. So he does a lot. So he'll open, and then he'll go to the merch area, and then while they're doing their stuff, you can get up and buy their merch and go sit back down or whatnot. But they're hilarious. In fact, I don't know any other comedians that do duos. You got Bill Burr, which I'm about to watch his new Bill Burr Presents Friends Who Kill.
I'm excited for that. That's going to be fantastic.
Dude, he's coming to Iowa, man. I'm getting tickets as soon as I can. But yeah, their show is great. I mean, I was gut bust laughing the entire time. They actually pointed me out too.
I will say I don't necessarily agree with 100% of their politics, but they do make a positive impact on their community. So shout out to the Hodge Twins.
You got to check out their Ask Hodge Twins.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
You do have to pay for the subscription on it. It's $3 or $4 a month, but it's all just it's all funny. I mean, I don't think there's one episode that I didn't laugh ever. They had more material on Vimeo, but they got kicked off for some of their political views. But
it is what it is. I feel like that's with everybody these days, but this is beside this point. So yeah, let's get into our first actual topic. If you haven't been sleeping under a rock, maybe, and you have Amazon Prime, hopefully that you guys have checked out the hit series The Boys in general.
Boys.
3 episodes of season 3 have finally dropped, and I just gotta say, I think this season is mid compared to the last 2. So far, anyway,
What do you mean by mid?
Like, it hasn't been the best season. I mean, it's been good. Like, I mean, I've been watching them, but I felt like at least the last episode until the very end felt like a chore to watch because it's the same cliche of...
I think it's a build-up. They're taking, like, the prior 2 seasons shit, and they're finally running with something, but they're going too slow. I mean, you got a show that has, an hour to watch? Can't fit... I mean, there's so much you can fit into that hour instead of just... That's why I can't watch, like, certain shows that just too much talking. Just too much.
Too much dialogue is a turn-off. You need action and stuff.
I have to. You have to keep entertained constant, because if not...
I think it kind of depends on the format for me for the talking, because, like, obviously, like, we're both fans of Naruto. Not that this ties into The Boys, but I feel like a lot of people would agree that there's a lot of yapping from Naruto to fucking change people's minds and stuff. But I've always been a fan of just straight hands. That's why I love Dragon Ball Z. So
and they're throwing hands and feet and everything. But The Boys is great. I love when it first came out, Homelander was the shit. I mean, he's like a cross between Superman and Captain America. But what I like about The Boys, the premise of it, is that it shows you what would be like if real people had superpowers, because they're not going to just be that Star-Spangled Banner loser, or the evil guy. They're going to try to do good in the community to get a good eye view, but behind closed doors, they're going to do whatever they want to do. I mean, I'd be guilty if I go, teleport. I'd be doing some push stuff or jumper and going.
It does add a sense of realism to the fact that they're still just humans, and most humans, I won't say most, but a lot of humans can just be pricks. So it adds the realism element to that, to the drug addict and the weird sex kinks that fucking Homelander got.
Dude, was he getting off looking at the octopus?
No, that was fucking the Deep. Yeah, he was
looking at an octopus banging a chick. He was just nothing but the nuts hanging out.
Just staring at the octopus with all your arms, and she's like, "Oh, my arms! Oh God!"
Yeah, I want both of them on there. Put your legs up at the back too, goddammit.
That was crazy. And then, oh my gosh, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but when he fucking
watch it,
when he ate the octopus,
oh dude,
he's begging for his life.
I feel like if that was like the version, like if Aquaman, when they was it Family Guy. It's like, fish are our friends. We don't eat them, or something like that. Yeah, I feel like it was like that. He's just like, sorry, Charlie!
His wife was messed up because I felt like she was getting off to the fact that he was eating the fucking octopus, bro. But that was sad, bro. But I think it was ironic because somebody, I read online, the parallel between the fact that the Deep got kicked out of the Seven for mouth raping Starlight, and then he had to come back into the Seven by getting mouth raped himself by eating a fucking octopus that he loved. I thought that parallel
was that the same one he was trying to bust on? The one he was staring at when he was banging?
Yeah, same one. That's Timothy.
I must have been texting or watching a TikTok by then, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together until now.
The 2 and 2 that took me, I didn't even know until I read it online, is the teleporting kid that Huey was going to adopt or whatever when he went to adopt children.
Yeah.
That was old girl Sitwell, the fucking, the CEO lady that was her kid.
Oh, yeah.
That was inexplicably found 16 miles away. Everybody thought it was just Homelander taking him over there, but he might have just teleported away and awakened his powers, which makes sense that Sitwell would want a soup as a child.
Going forward with this show, though, I really want Homelander to be that number 1 supervillain, and then take off that flag, cape, and maybe put a black flag cape with just all dark armor instead of the red, white, and blue. Get a black and white, and maybe some gray, maybe some gold. Show some royalty, maybe a little bit of purple in there. I don't know, just something to tell. I am now a villain,
Yeah, clearly identify the switch.
Yeah, and I mean, he already said, fuck what you think about me. I'm the only one that can stop, everybody. I'm the only one on this team that can save everybody. Again, what happened to the freaking Batman dude?
Black Noir?
Yeah.
So Black Noir had an allergic reaction last season to peanuts because apparently he has a
That's right.
And then he went into like anaphylactic shock or whatever it is. I'm not sure if he's made an appearance this season.
No, not yet.
He did in the flashbacks. That's what I hate about this season, I think, the most.
The flashbacks. Well,
I just don't care.
Well, I don't like... This sounds weird, but I really like when like shows do like a different color or something with like the visual flashback. So you're watching a flashback if you kind of get sidetracked.
Yellow undertone.
Because like watching like... Stranger Things.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, for like half the time I'm like, wait, she got short hair again. Oh, flashback or something, or she's...
Yeah.
I have to rewatch like the last 2 episodes because I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, you have to really pay close attention to that, but...
The Boys is like, you can kind of tune out for a second, tune in. You know that was a season 2 when he was having like that mental thought process of laserizing everybody?
Yes.
I was so excited because I think they had it on this trailer, or the trailer for it, and I'm like, oh, he's going to go in, he's actually going to be a bad guy, this is going to be great, you're going to have superheroes versus super villains, and the only thing that happened was just,
I need them to up the stakes because the ending of the second season, when old girl, Maeve, and Starlight, and their Asian Kimiko, the Asian girl on the boys team, all beat the shit out of Stormfront. That was
dope.
Peak television.
Yeah, then they ended it with what's his name losing his speed.
Yeah, A-Train losing his speed.
A-Train was... I loved A-Train in ways like I liked like he tried. I mean, he wasn't like always a dick, you know. I mean,
he let the fame get to him.
Yeah, and I mean, if he had like some good guidance, he had been like...
I still think A-Train could come back with a redemption
heart transplant or something.
Or I'm hoping for that for his character because they're setting it up for the perfect redemption.
I'll tell you what, though, the first episode of this damn show ever, when A-Train ran into What's-His-Nuts' girlfriend and blew her up, I'm like, okay, we'll check this show out. I have no idea what it's about, but I've seen some trailers, let's watch. And then, boom! I'm like, damn!
Yeah, I mean, the gore is fantastic. The premise of the show is great, but
it's the same thing. It's a little repetitive.
It's the long wait for me. Like, why are you going to make me wait, 2 or 3 years for a second or another season, and then not
really fire on all cylinders?
Obviously, you're not going to have that right away. But I feel like the first episode of this season didn't really I
believe that the first episode of every season on a show should have a reason for you to watch that season. So, especially on pilots, the pilot should be like, dude, I am hooked after episode 1. And then season 2 comes out, and, because every show seems to end with a cliffhanger, episode 1 of season 2 just gets right up in there. You can slow down towards the middle maybe, but not too slow where your audience is like, yeah, that's what happened with Ozark.
It's just it sits in the back of my mind because shows like, I don't know, have you been watching the Obi-Wan Kenobi show at all?
I seen the first episode, or was it 2 episodes that came out?
Yeah, so there's 3 out total now. The first 2 came out not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the newest one yet.
So I feel like this specifically struggles with it. The fact that the season is short. So me going into it, I'm expecting it, okay, hopefully the story picks up pace fast enough to keep me interested. And Obi-Wan is not doing that.
No.
And The Boys is suffering for me because the first episode of this season has shown that it's just a year later from the events that happened a year prior in the show.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope it picks up. I don't have a lot of expectations for that, nor Obi-Wan really, but I'm hoping at some point...
You got any predictions for the show?
Which one?
The
The Boys.
Yep, season 3.
I think, okay, my hopes is he becomes a bad guy, everybody works together and finally takes out Homelander because, I don't know, I understand they make him the most unlikable person in the show, but...
Apparently he's not that great of a... Well, he's funny in real life, but he's not that great of a character because he got arrested in the UK or whatever.
Yeah, well, my predictions is that he's going to still be... They're going to still try to take him down, but they're not going to be able to do it because he's still clinging on to, I'm still a good guy and care for you, and then we're going to have to wait until next season to see if he finally turns bad. I think the entire show premise until it airs its last season ever is just Homelander finally going bad, and then it just ends the show and they drop funding for it. But I don't know. The only show that Amazon has me excited for right now is maybe a third season upload and the Grand Tour.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think for me personally, what I need to see out of season 3 is because they're hyping up Soulja Boy.
Yeah, that's right.
If he makes an appearance, I hope they could solidify him as good of a bad person as Stormfront was, because she was easy to hate because she's a Nazi. Thank you. But I just need a bad guy that was as good as her. So hopefully Soulja Boy either submits himself as a bad character going into season 4, or Homelander takes over the mantle as, I'm unstoppable, and Billy Butcher with this V-drug actually gets some superpowers.
Do you think that Butcher could take Homelander's spot if he decided to take that drug and kind of get into the organization?
His laser eye is really powerful, but I think for the fact alone that he doesn't have flight so far that we've seen,
yeah,
I think that's just the huge disadvantage.
What's that girl that does that little
fire thing, the witch lady?
She was badass. She blew up that dude in that costume. Oh my god! I was like, you could have hit anybody.
She has the hugest disadvantage though for her power. Her hands have to touch in order for her to be able to do that. So cut
off one of her hands, she's screwed.
Yep, she's out of commission like that.
She'd be trying to just come on.
That'd be hilarious to see her touching her shoulder.
Come on!
Oh my god, that would be great. I need to see that. I actually want to see a little bit more of Black Noir now that we know that he's just brain damaged and has a horrible backstory.
The show has so much opportunity to just blow up this, probably be one of the biggest shows ever made. I mean, they have the funding, the cast, the fan base to make one of the biggest shows. I mean, they could do Prison Break numbers.
And just to think that Seth Rogen is helping produce this in general is astounding to me. Not to stifle his creativity at all, but I'm personally shocked that it's not a formulaic Pineapple Express comedy.
Isn't he doing another season of that Star Trek shit on Hulu?
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm thinking. I thought it was Seth Rogen.
I'm not sure, but
it looked good.
Yeah, he's doing great. So that was good. Let's switch gears to Netflix now.
Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he is a huge Trekkie fan.
Yeah, he's doing I don't know if it's a parody or not. I haven't ever started. It started in 2017. They had a second season in 2018, and now they're starting a third, but it's not considered
a season. That's Paramount, though, because that's the Star Trek Picard or whatever.
But it's not actually Star Trek. It's it's a different titled show. It's through Hulu, which makes sense because Family Guy and everything else.
Yeah, that's fair. Stream Wars. Oh, we could talk about that, but we can save that for the Adult Swim topic. Stranger Things. What do you think of Volume 1 so far?
So when I started Season 4, or what I thought was Season 4, I was rewatching Season 2, and I got almost halfway, if not 3/4 of the way through, and I'm like, this seems so freaking familiar. I've seen this before. I was getting aggravated. Turns out it was Season 2, and then I forgot a little bit of Season 3, so I kind of just went through and saw it. But Season 4, as soon as I started it, I started getting into it real hardcore. I mean, the whole Freddy Krueger style bass.
He actually made an appearance. The person who plays
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger was actually in it. I was like astounded by that, but I love that.
I think the ending that I saw today was pretty dope, but there was a lot.
The tie back to the rest of the kids in the orphanage or the lab. if you
Yeah.
will, that was big for me because I've always been curious about that.
Origins and stuff. It
I
felt
will
like a little
say-
origin.
I remember the Mind Flayer season because the Mind Flayer was dope. I don't think I remember anything about season 1 or 2.
I remember 1. Now I remember 2. I don't remember much of 3 though.
You don't remember when old boy got pierced through the chest by the
Yeah, I
Mind Flayer?
remember like some of that. Like what's
Well,
his name?
obviously that's in
And then her
season
brother,
Mm.
her brother, Max's brother, which I was so dude, dude's asshole. Now I don't remember if he like started like leveling himself out in season 3, but because like I don't remember much, but like I said, I rewatched like season 2, and just how much of a douche he was. I'm just like, man, I hope you get yours sometime. I'm just waiting for it. And as soon as he did, I'm just like, yeah.
It was satisfying, but it was bittersweet.
Well, yeah,
But
she went.
especially now.
She screwed
Max
up
having,
now.
like some depression issues. This makes sense.
Depression issue. She's sitting there just.
Floating in the air.
Yeah, motherfuckers picking people up just like just like
suffering.
yeah, motherfucker just sucking the soul out of
Pulling
him.
dudes like a basketball to pick them up off the floor. I think the dude swimming got the worst of it, bro. He already kind of. I mean, they were swimming after that boat, but the fact that he got his shit broke midair over the lake and then he sunk, and old boy had to drag him back to shore like that. Oh,
I'll be honest with you, if that happened to me and somebody drugged me to shore, if I ever got like a hand available, I'm gonna shoot your ass. I will not live my life like this for the rest of my life. I mean,
honestly, what song would you play in order to bring you out? What's your favorite song? What song would they have to put on your ears in order for you to not die?
oh shit.
Put on the thing, baby shark.
Oh no, I just like give into the light at that point.
Just break me already.
I don't know, like I have like an idea for theme songs of almost every single like scenario in life, but to bring me out of like that, man, probably Vegeta's theme song because it ties back to like, you know, childhood years and something that I'll never forget. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe by something with like J. Cole or Lucas Joyner, maybe even DMX, you know.
We got to get you on the Tolly app, bro. Join Lucas's producer app. But for me, I think that is a hard question. Why would I ask that question? That's a fucking tough question. Yeah, I think it would have to be probably a T-Pain song just because of all the memories that T-Pain has for me. But shout out to you, T-Pain.
So speaking on that category though, say you got superpowers, like a lot, like just you're super strong, you got all these powers, whatever, and then there's like a horde of enemies, okay, like just coming at you, and you got to play a song just to go up against an entire nation of armies by yourself with all your powers, kind of like Madara. What would you be playing?
Probably the Shinobi Strike song from Naruto.
Oh, dude, I'm playing Hard in the Paint by Waka Flocka. I go hard in the motherfucking paint! And I just slaying people. And that's my battle song. If I ever, like, shipped off to war, I'd play that song on loop for a whole year.
I can't get past the flute. Whoever plays the flute in the Naruto soundtrack songs, bro, that dude goes hard, bro. His fingers
You
are
gotta be depressed.
immaculate, bro.
I think you have to be, like, a certain level depressed to play depressing sounds.
Oh, well, he also plays, like, you remember the Zabuza arc at all?
Yeah.
He played, like, the battle music in that, too. So, I mean, I don't know if it's the same person every single time, but fuck, man.
Bleach got some better fucking
The dude was
music, though.
just going off. And it's so easily recognizable for me, but that's besides the point. So, I guess I feel like it would make more sense to switch gears into...
Yeah, we kind of won off the boys, but there's only so much between that and Stranger Things you can talk about yet because, I mean, you gotta wait till July to finish Stranger Things, and the boys just got started, so Gotta be patient and let them get a chance.
Got another thing to look forward to on Fridays, though, so that's nice.
Yeah, I get so behind in other shows, but I'm just like, fuck. Binge watching shows is turning into a chore when it's just...
That just brings us into the next thing, bro. The best Adult Swim cartoons, and let's start it off with South Park, because they just have their fucking...
Are they considered Adult Swim?
Yeah. Well, I think
it
might be a Comedy
Central.
But I'm gonna tie it in there.
I would.
Because, I mean, you got Family Guy, American Dad, Futurama, Simpsons, in my opinion, South Park.
Simpsons are going hard still, man. I don't think... do they have any stop in their motion?
I feel like The Simpsons is the Walmart of all TV shows. They'll always be around.
I have not seen every episode. In fact, I don't think I can go ahead and say I haven't seen more than maybe 20 episodes of The Simpsons. Not that I don't like it at all.
I mean, it's decent. It's just
so fucking man. You know how long it would take you to watch every Simpsons?
Is there more Simpsons episodes than One Piece episodes right now? Probably.
Well, you got to think of it this way. The Simpsons started back in like 1992 or some shit like that, and they've been making a new episode like every Sunday for the last like 30 years.
Yeah, it's the longest running show on television, I think.
Yeah, I mean their ratings and stuff aren't ever like high like the Big Bang Theory was like the #1 show for the longest time.
I remember watching the movie and
Spider Pig.
That's the most stuck thing in my head from The Simpsons. I probably couldn't quote anything besides probably Spider Pig too.
I'm in danger.
That too. That's fair.
And this
and
shorts.
and,
that was a terrible part.
I know.
I can't. It's a chick that makes the sound effects. I can't get my voice that high either.
I have no idea. But yeah, Streaming Wars. What'd you think of that?
Streaming Wars.
Yeah, the South Park special.
Oh my god, dude! As soon as they said they were doing what do they call it? The streams.
That's what they called it.
Yeah, but it was like streaming site. I was like, oh my fuck god. Dude, that was so funny.
Too much fucking streaming services, man.
Too many streaming services.
And I think it's ironic considering that HBO Max has the regular seasons of South Park and then Paramount has all the specials.
I'm thinking that they were making fun of that, but South Park, they don't care who you are. They get sued at least 3 times a day for the past 20-some years. They don't care what you got to say. They're going to make content, whether it's relevant or just random. But I think like they're doing more back to that random stuff that they're doing. Love that. But
I don't want to live in a hot dog.
Randy living outside, like outside South Park now, like just like out in the country. That's starting to bother me.
Karen, yeah, I have noticed a lot of the hate that they get is Randy working on his farm.
Yeah, like Randy was such an important scientist. This is cum. Butters just jerk it off.
Especially the internet conservation episode. It's ectoplasm. It was a ghost. It's covered in cum. That was fucking disgusting.
All I know is that every episode is always elevated with Butters.
Oh, dude, Butters is the best character.
Well, that's me. The first episode of South Park I saw is when he had to get put in that bear suit. I don't remember what.
Oh, the what in the butt?
No. There was a
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton took him and she peed herself and he pokes her. It's sticky. But oh my god! And then when he was doing the whole like trades for like NFTs. Cryptocurrency, NFTs.
Dude, so who would you rank them? If your top 5 adult cartoon shows.
Well, I don't know. I may have to put Family Guy first. We're talking about animated.
Well, yeah, like that category of.
Well, yeah, then
satirical comedy.
I'm putting Family Guy first because, fuck, that's my childhood through adult life. I mean, I do think I like South Park more than the rest of them, but underneath Family Guy, and then the Boondocks.
I wouldn't really count Boondocks because that's not satire, really, in my opinion.
What do you mean?
Because they're not making fun of anything.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they made fun of the R. Kelly case, but like.
Well, they did like R. Kelly,
Soul Food, and I just want to put it in the same category.
Yeah, I guess. Well, if I got to drop Boondocks, I mean, I didn't see. Well, American Dad was good for a while too. I mean, Rogers, the shit. But I didn't see any. Like, I don't like Futurama. I never got into it. I tried. I mean, I'll watch it if it's on I was at somebody else's house, sure. But The Simpsons, I mean, I don't dislike him at all. Still never got into him. So I'm kind of like out of like other shows in that category to throw up in there.
Well, for me, I mean, I guess I'll go. For me, I have to put South Park over Family Guy because it has rewatchability. Versus Family Guy, I could watch one episode and never see it again. I don't really care. There's certain episodes that hit really hard with Family Guy, but it is what it is. So for me, it has to go South Park number 1. Number 2, Family Guy. 3, controversial pick, but Robot Chicken because...
Oh, I forgot about Robot Chicken, man.
Robot Chicken's fucking funny, bro.
Dude, Robot Chicken,
They do
man.
so much with action figures.
I like what they did with the Celebrity Death Match on that, which is also a decent show. That was before your time, though.
I have no idea, but I just remember all the Dark Knight skits that they did where fucking Bane breaks Batman's back. He broke my back like a bag of uncooked spaghetti.
Oh my god, I remember that!
I was like, oh god.
That was probably the best episode I've watched out of Robot Chicken.
I love all the Transformers ones that they do.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3, definitely Robot Chicken. 4, I would have to say American Dad.
Maze.
And then 5... Ooh, that's a tough spot.
If you named more shows, I could probably help out, but I'm thinking about Adult Swim.
Aqua Team Hunger Force, I think, would be
Well, Aqua Team Hunger Force was funny, but Shake pissed me off.
I think the worst one, for me, I hate it. Fucking Squidbillies was just trash.
Well, that's Squidbillies.
And then, what was the one with the guy who had the hot rod and it would transform into a giant robot? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
One sec, I got something fucking high. Robot car?
Yeah.
It was on Adult Swim?
Yeah, he had the red car and it sat on top of a blue giant robot mech suit with it had flames on it and some like stripper chick. I can't remember the name of it. If you can remember the name.
Adult Swim.
I've tried Googling it so many times, I can't remember. It used to be on all the time at CC's back in the day. And for some reason I liked it. I think it was just so out there for me.
Oh, that's Robot Chicken.
Oh, maybe it is Robot Chicken.
It could. I mean, does it look like that? Like well, it's like a Camaro. It looks like a red Camaro, like they're making fun of Bumblebee.
But yeah, back in like the early 2008-ish era, I want to say. But I missed that show just a little bit. A small piece of me does. But it is what it is. What would you say for like? So I have. If you haven't seen it, it might not be for you because there's like those woke cartoons that they have. They got The Amazing World of Gumball, which now that I understand some of the, because they have like Dragon Ball Z episodes in there sometimes.
I never got into the Gumball one. I tried and I was not able.
And then they got like Adventure Time, which was always a banger.
Adventure Time was funny.
I loved Adventure Time.
That's why I want to try baking pancakes so much.
I hated Steven Universe.
What the hell is that?
The stupid fat kid with a gem in his stomach.
Oh!
I hated that show.
That was about as bad as my gym partner as a monkey.
A lot of people... Dude, that was... that fucking show
The problem is they don't make cartoons like they used to, man. Like, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Dexter, Samurai Jack.
I wasn't a huge fan of Ed, Edd and Eddy. You liked it a lot, but
what?
I couldn't behind it.
Ed, Edd and Eddy was this... Man.
Although, like, I think Ed, Edd and Eddy had, like, the most entrepreneurial mindset out of any show ever.
Well, they had to. They had to get Jawbreaker money.
Cents. Due to inflation, how much do you think a Jawbreaker would be?
And Ed, Edd and Eddy, they
at least
come
got
up with a lot more plans. As dumb, you know, as interesting as the stuff they were doing, they were undercharging. And they still didn't make no money. They were undercharging. They were making inventions and stuff that you could get at least $20 out of. That's a week supply of Jawbreakers for them.
I mean, that's a good resume they got. And they were hustling, bro. All of them were hustling.
What bothered me, well, it got me interested to rewatch some of the episodes, is knowing that the creator made them all from purgatory. that they're in purgatory.
Well, that's what the cul-de-sac was supposed to resemble. I'm not sure if the episodes
Like
themselves
Ed,
were supposed
like they all died. Every character died from some type of neglect, except for Jimmy. Jimmy died from cancer, I believe. Naz was born in the 70s. I don't remember how she died. I think Kevin died from like a BMX accident. Johnny found Plank in a construction site, so he had died, walking through construction. Double D died from parental neglect, always leaving him at home. He's super skinny, probably starved to death. Ed, because he was dumb, they put him in a basement with all that fungus and stuff, so they probably just trapped him. I don't know how Sarah died. I think Sarah was murdered with her big ass mouth. I don't freaking be surprised. I think Ed might.
What about the trailers? Was it
the Kanker sisters?
Kanker sisters, yeah, that's the one.
I don't know. They're just a bunch of gonosyphil herpalated up biatches. They tried, they're making them sandwiches, like the burgers and stuff. Like, they were trying, but...
Wifey material, bro. Not really, because the abuse, but, it is what it is. And the sexual assault, but... Sometimes you gotta make the first
But
move.
Ralph was the coolest character out of the whole show.
Oh, yes. Ralph...
Son of the shepherd and boy. Yeah, dude.
He had to have. That's the only
Ralph,
thing.
if you get, like, that fish hitting Ralph, and gave him, like a power boost and put him in a video game versus, like, that meme of when Shaggy was a power boost, that's a fight. I'll put him in Mortal Kombat.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're going to be in the game, but they're making a Smash Brothers with all they got, like, Shaggy, Scooby-Doo, Finn the Human, Superman, Batman, Jake the Dog, and like a bunch of other characters.
I don't know any other cartoons that I could that were newer that were good to me. I mean, I guess I slowed down in cartoons when I started watching anime and then switched over to more just like shows like Ozark.
I couldn't even tell you a single cartoon that appears on Cartoon Network.
Nowadays, no idea.
Yeah.
Boomerang's the only thing that I could actually go back to. Have you seen that?
Yeah, Love, Death, and Robots is pretty good.
That's alright. Second season was a little hit and miss for me, but this season seemed to be decent.
It wasn't too bad. I feel like they try to be like an animated sort of Black Mirror type thing.
Black Mirror was great.
I'm still waiting on their next... I hope they get another season.
Well, our last season only had 3 episodes, and the only good one had Miley Cyrus in there, of all things. And that was...
For our next topic, not to move too terribly quick on you guys, but expect us to give you guys a spoiler review of Jurassic World 3 because we're both seeing it this Friday. Hopefully we'll be able to film...
Yeah, we should be able to film
a reaction on Saturday, hopefully. So, stay tuned for that. But you got any predictions on how the conclusion will happen, or if they will?
Well, this is supposed to pick up how many years after the third one?
I have no idea.
And this doesn't count anything on Jurassic World, right?
Yeah, it's.
Is it so you get the 3 Jurassic Parks, or 3 Jurassic Worlds, or whatever?
This is the third installment of Jurassic World.
Oh, I thought this... Okay, well, I know there's a shizness load of cameos from the original Jurassic Parks is what I was reading on. So, and honestly, I can't remember... Was the last Jurassic World when they had both of those freaking dinosaurs fighting each other? Was that the first one?
So, as far as I remember, it was... The first one was just things going bad.
Yeah, they're at the zoo, and then that big-ass dinosaur, and then the other crossbreed, and then you had Blue... The little...
Yeah, so that was the first one.
Okay, what happened in the second one?
The second one, they were auctioning them around the world. And there was it wasn't the Omnisaurus. I want to say that's all it was called, the Omnisaurus Rex. I don't think that's what it was.
I don't know my dinosaurs.
But they had a new super, mixed with a raptor and a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the second one. They were trying to auction it to be the most lethal creature ever to ever exist. And then it ended with them basically busting down that black market. And now this third one's supposed to take some years.
Which one ended with that big whale? That.
I think that was the second one.
Okay, because that's the only one. That's the last one I saw.
I wonder if you can hear him. He is.
My cat just talks all the time, and I don't know what to do with him. I can't really lock him up anywhere, but
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, I think I mean if this is like a 6 in a trilogy or whatever, then I would say and it's gonna be a bunch of cameos. God, man, I don't know. I've never been able to predict a Jurassic Park.
I just want them, because as much as I love the Jurassic Park theme where dinosaurs come back to regular society, I hope they shut it off. Like, the fact that I want a conclusion. I don't want them to leave it open-ended for more movies.
Have you ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon? Remember that game? They have a Jurassic Park Tycoon where you can take guests that like are complaining and put them.
Well, they got Tycoon is just like creating your own park.
What I'm saying though, like they got like the Jurassic Park one where you could pick them up and throw them in the dinosaurs and let the dinosaurs loose and eat the people up.
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh, dude, I just want to get a packed park and just let like 5 like Velociraptors just loose and see what happens.
They have a game, not Jurassic Park, but I think it's called The Isle, where you can just be a dinosaur and you can roam around.
Can you eat people?
I'm not sure.
That's the only thing. If I was a dinosaur, I mean, I know that we don't know shit about dinosaurs, and I doubt any freaking real scientist does, because no one was alive back then enough now to write enough down to tell us, what real sounds they made and yada yada yada. But supposedly they got small brains. But if I was semi-intelligent dinosaur, I'd be trying to like make a score sheet of how many people I've eaten. Does that make sense?
Keep track of some points. You're like
Until you run into King Kong, he whips your shit in half.
Do you remember the Man-Eater game on the old online games that you could run with your Flash Play? Man-Eater. You could be a shark, and you could like upgrade yourself with like rockets and shit.
I've never played that.
It's fucking weird, bro. Yeah, so you could become like a robot shark that shoots lasers, and yeah, you got points by eating people and destroying boats and stuff.
That sounds fun. I remember that pirate game we used to play a lot. We used to play a lot of PC games, like some weird PC games, man.
I remember that pirate game. Man, that was a good game.
Yeah, it would have been better if we actually got the full version.
And understood how to play it a little bit, but
I can't stand. I don't know. I want to replay some of the, not the Sims, but those Roller Coaster Tycoons. I always failed like towards my like last objectives because people got mad at ticket prices, and I'm like, shit, you get like one of those 2004 games where you got like the ticket prices start at like $10. Try going to Disney World for $10, man. They're gonna laugh at you and be like, you're about 900 short.
So, our last topic, ladies and gentlemen, is my brother is trying to get into stand-up comedy. So in order to get him a little bit more comfortable with crowds and stuff.
Well, the crowd's not my issue. The issue is that you have an elected amount of time for jokes, depending on where you go, and being able to figure out how to, if I have a joke that's short, and maybe 2 short jokes, I have to be able to figure out, can I cram it in that? Because you don't want to go over, but you can go under, that's fine.
Right.
But figuring out how long they're going to take, I haven't timed myself, but I have only tried at one bar, and it was on purpose. It was right after my sister's wedding, and I had some people behind me that was rolling.
Well, so I want to give him some time to.
I'm not going to do too many bits. I don't have anything. I don't have anything set up.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, but he's so. Comedy club that we're trying to get him into is Teehees in Des Moines, Iowa. So I don't know if this is a huge stretch, but we're looking at trying to get an August-September time frame if he can get in. We'll let you guys know as the deadline approaches. But I want to see, personally, my brother says he's funny. I grew up with him. I want to see it. I want to see a little bit of this.
You acting like you ain't never fucking seen me funny before.
Well, that's not the case. It's just like Kevin Hart's mom doesn't think he's hilarious. Like, I don't know if she would buy a ticket to go see him in person. Not saying that I want to come out and show you my support, but I want to see you put together a bit. And if you can put together a bit, then I can.
That's what I gotta do now. I just gotta videotape myself bitten a little bit. But I mean, I have like topics. I haven't formulated anything into like what's funny. I just gotta test it out before I go on there, just to make sure I know which material to bring and which ones to just toss aside. So it's gonna be a journey, a stretch.
Well, each comedian has like a niche. Do you know what niche you're gonna try to approach?
Dude, I've never heard of the word niche in my life.
So Kevin Hart's niche is he doesn't make fun of anybody else, but he tells stories about himself and his family.
Kind of how I was gonna be going down. I don't know. I've been in so much scenarios. I believe I've lived more in just 28 years than most people can in 4 entire lifetimes. So I've experienced the good, the bad, the ugly. I've done more stupid things than the next guy. As far as just seeing, I'm hardhead, so I got to figure out everything for myself. So I try to incorporate comedy everywhere I go in every aspect of my life. I try to make something laugh. And one thing from Daniel Tosh that stuck with me the most is anybody that says that's not funny because they obviously have no room. Plus, anybody that gets uncomfortable with specific jokes, I laugh at everything. Even the darkest of the dark, off-limit stuff, I'll figure out how to make it funny. But everything's funny. You just have to have the right targeted audience for it. Some people aren't going to laugh at poop jokes, but I'm 28 years old, and if I hear anybody fart, I'm laughing. I don't care. To me, it's hilarious.
In terms of the context for me, I don't think it's funny just outright, but we disagree on that.
So. There's always going to be something, but I mean, hell, every freaking Christmas we get together as a family. I mean, if we ain't there, ain't no one laughing.
Yeah, but that's the family dynamic. We gotta bring some power to the table. So, or else it's gonna be stale with all the white people we see. So, love you, white family members, but
we ain't never done any kind of Christmas stuff with that side of the family. No black Christmases. But
struggle out here for us.
That's what one thing with like the hood and like Christmas is like, why did no ghetto child like Santa Claus ain't real? Like when I was watching the Boondocks, he's like, oh, I didn't even ask for a whole car, just rims, and I couldn't even get that. So Santa ain't gonna pay what you owe. And I was like, and then you think like, how do kids that live in apartments believe in Santa? He comes through a chimney. I got a fireplace, but I got no chimney. Where's Santa Claus gonna be coming down the chimney with not even
Right.
Like, so what is he gonna do? Enter the front door? He climbing through a window like bad Santa, just with trying to steal people's stuff, looking for a lick.
Well, that's why I liked some. I can't remember. There's so many fucking Christmas movies out there, but the one where like he's too fat to fit down the chimneys, obviously, so he uses magic to get inside. And I feel like that'd be the best explanation.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Definitely Claus.
Claus?
Yes, Klaus.
It's like the Grim Reaper one?
No, that's Krampus.
Oh.
But I like Claus because it's the mailman who's like born in a rich house, and the dad's like, I'm cutting you off. You got to go be a mailman in like Antarctica or whatever.
Oh, that's not the Tim Allen, right?
I
Those are the Santa ones.
This one's animated too.
Oh, then yeah, I have no clue then.
It's on Netflix. I watch it every year. It's a tradition now for Maria and I.
I only watch one Santa Claus or one Christmas movie every year on Christmas. It has to be. I don't think I've gone to Christmas in like 5, 6, 7 years if I'm watching it. That'd be Jingles All the Way with Turbo Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That
Jingle All the Way.
I like Elf too. And then controversial if Die Hard.
Everybody's like, it's a Christmas movie because it occurs during Christmas, but then so is fucking Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Christmas special. Santa comes home. No way from Santa. Far away from Santa. Save Santa.
The next one's supposed to be like Spider-Man freshman year, but I mean it's not guaranteed. So, but
I would say this though. Never mind. I done lost it. Oh, but so for next weekend, besides the Jurassic Park review. Clay and I are going to try something interesting. What we're going to do is we fish pretty regularly this season, and
can't catch shit in my opinion, but
I'm getting tired of using conventional worms, minnows. I can't use a jig to save my life anymore. I haven't caught anything on a jig since 2018, 2019. So we're looking for more unconventional ways of catching fish. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Hy-Vee sometime this week, or just any kind of supermarket, and try to buy. Obviously, there's chicken liver, hot dogs, and different things, cheese skirts that people eat that have been known to catch fish. We're going to try to look for just random things to put on the hook, throw it out, and see what happens. If you have any suggestions, or even just regular bait that you use that you ain't going to find at a bait shop or a sports shop or anything like that, let us know, because we'll try it. I think I'm going to try to make a different version of dough ball with cornstarch, fish food, and honey. See if it sticks together. It's going to stink, though. I don't know if I want to do that, because it's going to smell bad if I try to put that on the oven. I ain't trying to do that, but I'll do it at your house.
Make it outside. But, yeah, so that's what we're looking to do. I don't even know. Do you need to heat that? You think?
Well, I used to make dough ball on the...
You used to make it in a pan, but it smelled really good.
Well, that's because you use cinnamon, sugar, and vanilla and all that other kind of stuff. But it never stuck real well some of the times, and I couldn't get it there. So I do want to try. You know what I'm going to try? No. I would try those mini taco things to see if it works, but I ain't going to waste that. And plus, they're expensive. The price of inflation, I'm going to have to try less media options.
Yeah, that would be a whole nother fucking video in itself. So... we're approaching 52 minutes here.
52 minutes? I don't know. I'll hopefully come up with some other topics later, but I think it was pretty good.
It's good for number 3, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So
actually, I have numbers somewhere in there. I made separate files, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. So we got a lot to talk about coming here on the weekend. We'll probably meet one more time this week if there's anything that goes viral or anything that's trending super bad, and as long as it's not Johnny Depp or Amber Heard. I'm tired of it. As soon as that thing started, I'm like, okay, this is cool, this is happening. And the next thing you know, it's like every Facebook feed, and everybody on my Facebook feed acts like no one knows what's going on. So everybody's sharing all the updates simultaneously, and it's just I'm trying to get a laugh, and all I see is just Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. I'm like, I wish both of them just lose, just so I don't have to hear about it. Now there's updates every day, like, what's really going on in the world? And they ain't gonna tell you. They're just gonna tell you what happened to Johnny Depp.
It's definitely a W for man, in my opinion. But
the first time a man won an argument against a woman.
I've seen memes all over the place.
Some of the memes are good, but a lot of them just repetitive and rewrote with just different pictures.
Well, as always, guys, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please leave a like, and if you could, leave a comment. It helps us out. And if you want to give us something to talk about or give us tips or critiques, we'll definitely appreciate that in the comments.
If you really like this show, I might be coming out with some t-shirts soon. Maybe some merch with a little Jackal and Crow. I know I'm gonna make one for us for the show. Nice. Yeah, just
the background too. That might be.
Yeah, well, I found somebody that might be able to make a backdrop of our opening segment there.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I've been working on. Like when I stepped till 3 last weekend, that's what I was working on, is trying to find some stuff. So I'll probably bring a lot of it up during the podcast or my stand-up and stuff too. So we'll make a difference in the world one way or another. We'll get our word out.
No, we post some really random content. I mean, I do personally of like games and stuff. So we're hoping to get Jackal here posted a little bit more for you guys in the future. We're gonna have to get him a camera and some other stuff to.
If I didn't suck so bad at video games, I'd be all right.
But I think it would be interesting for the people who like to hear what he has to say. So it's not always just me on here, but. You know what it is. Thanks for watching once again.
Hope you had a good laugh.
And we'll see you here next time.
Need a drink.
I do need a drink as well.
Subscribe, people! We need subscribers! That's why I want to do the stand-up, because I think I can reach out to people. If one guy thinks I'm funny, they're going to subscribe to all their friends. And